Hey, what's up, folks? It's your boy DJ81, and probably wondering why I'm coming up with a video. Well, I had a thought, and I was actually reading the Metacritic scores for Madden 21. Now, you guys already know I've decided not to get the game, have anything, well, not have much to do with the game other than like be on the outside looking in. I've already played the beta. I played the beta months ago. Franchise mode, no go. So that played into 80 to 90% of my decision to forego Madden 21 and possibly forego Madden 21 on next gen. So with that being said, so again, I'm here because I want to talk about not necessarily going through each review given on Metacritic. I want to look at the overall scores, and I just want to focus on the media reviews and not the user scores. And let's get right to it. So we have here Madden 21 on Metacritic, in which the PlayStation 4 version is sitting at 65 for the critic reviews. And it looked like, as I was starting to record this, originally there was 12 reviews put in. It seems like there's 14 now. That must have updated live, so who knows. As you can see, the user score is sitting at 0.4. Now the reason with, and again with 786 inputs or ratings, different people, whatever the case may be, I don't want to look at their user score. I don't want to focus on that, because user scores are at risk in being a part of a review bomb. It's not minimizing legit reviews that come out of the user score. And God knows I'm not gonna go through and read all these reviews. But when half the review site can be manipulated by a review bomb, I could only take it so seriously to a certain point. So with that being said, we're gonna focus on the media scores. And just to take a quick look on Xbox One, it's a 69. But hold that thought on the numbers, because you're gonna see something. So I'm gonna go back to PS4. Real quick, let me look at the PC score. Not even there yet, but already 2 mixed, 1 negative just on PC alone. So, but we're gonna focus on the consoles, because that's where mostly everybody has been playing the game, either on PlayStation or on Xbox. So go back to PS4. Boy. Okay, so again, the PlayStation 4 version is sitting at 65. Now, I see a pattern. I see an overall downward slope when it comes to these Metacritic scores. And I'm just gonna read some numbers. So this is starting from, and you're kind of gonna see an uptick, maybe one at the beginning, but then you're gonna see an overall decrease. So I'm gonna read the Metacritic scores for both PS4 and Xbox version of Madden 15 through Madden 21. So okay, so I'm gonna read the PS4 scores first. So Madden 15, 81. Madden 16, 83. Madden 17, 82. 18, 82. 19, 80. That's my birth year. Madden 20, 76. So we see a drop right there. Madden 21, 65. As we speak, and though that may go up, that may go down because the reviews are still coming in. So you look at the Xbox scores. So again, Madden 15, 80. Madden 16, 84. Madden 17, 83. Madden 18, 82. Madden 19, 81. My cousin's birth year. Madden 20, 79, and Madden 21, 69. 69 is a good number anyway. But regardless of that. So those are the overall Metacritic scores from Metacritic. Again, not focusing on the user scores for obvious reasons, but we're looking at the websites like Screen Rant or Attack of the Fanboy, GameSpot, just to give you some that you're familiar with. Dual Shockers, I've never really heard of them, but who knows. So at the end, you saw that sharp drop. So Madden 20 was on PS4 was a 76, and now it's sitting at a 65 for Madden 21. While on Xbox it was a 79, and it's sitting at 69. And the question has come up in the community: should the developers, should the company, should the studio be concerned with these scores? Now, that was a question that was brought up for the scores combined. Like I said, the user scores and the Metacritic scores. I don't think they should be so concerned with the user score. Read through them, sift through them, but don't be so concerned with them. It's the ones I'm looking at are the Metacritic scores, or the Metacritic scores of the media members, the ones that typically score your game in the 80s. As I read off the numbers, those scores were in the 80s on an average. Now we're talking about last year. Well, let's start with Madden 19, low at 80 or low 80. Madden 20, mid 70s, high 70, just below 80. Again, I'm reading the PS4, Xbox. And 21, mid 60s, 69, mid high 60s, just below 70 for Madden 21, and still counting. Now, if Madden 21 was a student in high school, and let's just look at just the last, I just read off the last three. So let's say that was like the last three were the freshman, sophomore, junior year in high school, and my kid was coming back with grades like that, I'd be hella concerned. That's a downward trend. I would want more out of them. I expect more out of them. And I could see why the company's not concerned with this, because that student may have a job and maybe bringing money back into the house to possibly pay rent, do whatever. And high school kids did work back in the day. I worked when I was 15. So, and maybe since they're working and able to bring in money, even though their grades are down, they're still bringing in money. Parents probably kick back a little bit. Probably. I don't have kids of my own. I'm just putting out a scenario, so you can debate that here nor there. But if I was just looking at that student going through school and I want them to move on to have better for themselves, or move on to college, trade school, whatever, I would be concerned that their grades are dropping each year up until their final year. So, and this for Madden 21 is their final year on current gen, and I've said this on First and Frame Rates. Again, we go live Tuesdays and Thursdays, 7:30-ish, 7:45, 8 o'clock, whenever VF feels like it. But this is a contract year, and I feel like the next gen version is going to be a port. You basically, if you buy the current Madden, I advise you don't, you're gonna get a free upgrade. There's no $10 extra for a different experience. So we'll see how that turns out. But again, I think the company should be concerned about these Metacritic scores on the media side more than the user side. My boy Bills called them both the scores and the reviews from both sides idiotic. Well, he didn't say idiotic, but he called those reviews idiots, which could be perceived as the reviewers being idiotic in writing their review. But obviously I feel differently. I agree if this were the user scores alone that we were looking at. I've already said that user scores are only good, in my opinion, are only good when you're at a Best Buy or Amazon, because you're ready to buy at that moment and you want to see what's going on. Metacritic is just like a hangout spot. Ain't nobody buying anything at this site. I'm like, there's advertisements all over the place, so that's another reason. They always say when you're talking about a site that garners reviews and it's a .com, it's gonna try to sell you something. So you have these ads and stuff like that, but that's a different video that I'm never gonna make. But again, I would be obviously user scores 515 negative. Yeah, this place is. I know VF at the time of this recording, he was doing his live stream and he's reading through them just to gauge whether it's being review bombed or whatnot. I'm not gonna read through them, but excuse me, I believe majority of these are review bombers or it's being review bombed for the most part. So, but that's pretty much it. I think that's all I wanted to talk about when it came to Madden 21, because like I said earlier, I'm not playing any more of this game than I did for the beta. I'm not the one that's complaining about the gameplay. What I felt from the beta would have been enough if they would have had a decent franchise mode. Obviously, the studio lied, the company lied about committing to franchise mode. To even hear that the face of the franchise mode is pretty much bombed is even more of a reason to stay out of it, in my view. So that's about it. I think you guys got a good feel, and plus I'm talking slow and it's a chill night and I've probably been recording for quite some time. But anyway, if you sat through and listened to what I had to say and you have any opinions on what I've said, any corrections you want to throw out there that I may have got wrong, just your 2 cents, feel free to leave a comment below. And if you're new to the channel, because overall statistically people who view the videos, about between 70 to 85% of those people are not subscribed to the channel. So if you're new and you're coming across this video, if you want to, if you like what you see, and satisfied with what you heard, please subscribe to the channel. You can also find me on Twitch at EVO325. I'm growing on there as well. I'm streaming content. You can find me over at First and Frame Rates. You can hit that in the search bar on YouTube. And again, we go live Tuesdays and Thursdays, 7:30 p.m. EST, for those that are on the different parts of the country and also all over the world, because we do have international viewers. So, with that, thank you for listening, and you guys have a good night. Peace.